Okay, here we are. So, trying to get this in. Let's play this final few holes of the 2019 Copperhead tournament. This is from southern Florida, I think. Innisbrook Copperhead course is the course that this is modeled after, but is called in it is called Rattlesnake in the terms of play. My name is Tenacious Earl, and we're going to go through the end of this round. But let me think here. That's your scores. Let me see. I want to figure out one thing here first. Oh, yeah. So let's go to. I don't know if I'm going to be able to show it very well. Well, I wanted to show you the leaderboard progression, but that's just going to not work out so well. So let's just say we started out with Yunli Song being the leader, with Heath Summers and Dustin Emmerich one back, or actually two behind. Well, Trent McAdams has come from three back, and he's the defending champion of this tournament. And he is now in the lead, tied for the lead with Emmerich and Summers, with a few holes left to play. And I want to make sure. Let's try that. That might help. I don't know. I'm not sure if my webcam mic was on. It probably wasn't. It's probably using my phone, but it's all right. Well, hey, that's staying up. That's good. So, yeah, what I'm going to be doing here is I designed a new sheet tab on my sheet here where I can track the live leaderboard. So we're going to do that here. And so hopefully this works out and everything updates according to plan and all is well. So let's get started here. We're coming up to the emerging contender roll. And as you can see here, the leader with the best score is McAdams. He's -3. And if I take a look at the chart that I put away, did I put it away? Oh, it's in here, getting all bent up. That's not good. All right, let's see. For -3, we check one time. If the leader is 2 under par to 4 under par, we roll once, and so we will roll one time here. And it's 56, which means there are no emerging contenders in this tournament, which makes things a little bit easier. But I did design this to incorporate them, and it should have worked, but hopefully no need now. So hopefully everybody can see the cards, everybody can see the dice, and we will get going. So the first group off is Gerald Ashley, Chico Fonseca, and Evan Aldrich, and they're going to be playing number 15, semi-challenging green. So, and 4 degrees of course control, so there is a better chance you're going to get onto that green, but it's not daunting. It's not cordial, so it's going to be a relatively should be a relatively middle of the road hole. Maybe a little tougher, but you won't get too many birdies on this. So we take a look. I'm going to take a look here, and it's Gerald Ashley who has the tee. He parred 14 and 13, and so it's 15 on the card, and a 15 is golf cam course with a green 3 on a par 3, 215 yards. And so it's not cordial or daunting, so he has a clutch putt for par. He is normal putting, neutral putting, so he's got a 50% chance of making this. 1 to 3 makes it, and he misses, so he will earn a red chip. And as you can see here, he is +4 on his round. Now he has an easy bogey, and he makes that barely. So I'm going to update my spreadsheet, and let's. Oh boy, that's a quandary. I guess I need to keep it open like that. All right, well, let's see what happens when I put a 1 here. Does it update? It does. How about that? He's back to -2, dropping like an anchor this round. So I guess I don't know how I can. I guess I can't really move. Let me see. Can I do anything with this? About the only thing I could try to do is view, freeze up to current column. Doesn't really help me much. We'll just keep it the way it is. Everything's still good? Yeah, okay. Sorry, this is a work in progress. Apologies for the delay. So next up is Evan Aldrich. And he is going to end up 22, which is in the rough, in 1 on the par 3, and then a green 3. And let me check something here. Did I? Yeah, same thing. Green 3, is he a workman? He's not, so he will end up with a gimme par. We roll 3 dice. They all have to be 6s to be a miss, and they aren't, so Evan Aldrich with a par. So he threw 15 holes, and as you can see, it updates their whole. Everything gets updated on the fly. Chico Fonseca now, and he gets on a white 1, which gives him the ability to control the hole, and he's 3, 4, 5, which is it's like one of the worst rolls that you can get because it's a gallery grown. You can get a red chip out of it. But the green 3, is he a master? No, he's not. So he's going to end up with a moderate par putt. So not the worst result in the world, but it's also not good. Just depends on the rest of the rules, and that is a par. We'll add that to the mix, and so got that group through. Make sure everything is updating in the feed here. 3 guys through 15. It looks like that is the case. And I'm just going to check the live stream. Sound good now? Okay. So we got Gut Shot High Noon on the line. I'm glad it figured out. I was trying to put an audio file to play, and I still haven't quite figured out how to do that, so I will eventually. Okay, so we're going to 14, which is a par 5. It's a little easier than sort of the average hole, but for par 5s, it's still a little harder. A lot of the par 5s you'll see in this game end up being double cordial with some amount of directness, but this is 590, so it's a real long hole. Rattlesnake it's a relatively demanding course. You don't get too many just cake holes, so you need length and accuracy. We do have some water at 44, and it will be Gil Granberry, who is currently 1 under par on his round, as you can see on this leaderboard, and 9 under par for the tournament. And it's going to be the 1 degree of course control. It will be controlled by the course at 46. He misses the water, but he ends up in the rough off the tee, so he's going to have to scramble for par. Now he does get a green 1, which should be helpful. Is he a workman? No, he's not. So he ends up with strong applause. So we look off of the strong applause chart, which is a little earlier in the book, and we re-roll the white die on it, and it gives him a double difficult putt for birdie. So Gil Granberry he's going to lag it. And, so there is a my custom lag rule, that's going to make the second putt a little tougher. So instead it will be a moderate putt for par. So he's got a chance to miss this. Needs a 1 to 5, and he makes it, so he will par. I may, when I get to the next season, I may adjust it to make that lag rule a little more common, because it doesn't come up that often. Enrique Magallanes, also at -9. And I missed the green. The green went way over here. Here's a... So it is a 155. Gareth Leonard had this tournament off. He's taking the week. My schedule had automatically given him the week off, and he's basically bottomed out in a couple tournaments here when he had the lead. So somewhat realistic that he's kind of taking some time off. Not a bomber or a duffer. Not a hero. Right? He's a champion or laser, but not a hero. So he is a champion. That's the final check on 155. It gives him an easy birdie putt. And so he doesn't have any chips. He needs a 1 to 4. And he makes it. So he will go to -10. Join Fonseca there, 2 back of the leaders. And now Martin Van Dyke, who's not really gotten it together today. He's 2 over par on his round. Probably out of contention in many other tournaments. But because I'm using this system here, I just have not really gotten to that point yet. So this will be Golf Cam Green. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6 are usually Golf Cam Green rolls on the Golf Control. So it is a semi-friendly, but does not have the decider. So it's going to end up being a clutch par putt for Van Dyke. And he's going to take his chances here. He'd like to get 2 blue chips. He needs a 1 or a 2, and he gets it. So he gets a par. Will remain at -5, and he'll get a second blue chip to use later. Okay, so to the 13th. And it will be, so par 3, 200 yards, tough par 3. This is a unique course where there are 3 par 3s on the back 9. So you end up with a par 71, not because there's fewer. Usually on a par 71, it's 3 par 5s and 4 par 3s. In this case, there's 4 par 5s and 5 par 3s, 3 of them on the back 9 here. And this is the second, I believe this is the first of the 3. There's 13, 15, and 17. So water at 26, 33, and 46. And you're always going to end up on the card unless you use a chip. And it will be Burke Yielding, who has rose through the leaderboard. He's 1 back, having a nice round, -2. But you can't. You need to have 2 chips to be able to, 2 blue chips to be able to take control on this hole. So 35 is going to be Golf Cam course with a decider die. Means it's going to be a daunting play of this hole. And so that's going to lead to a clutch par. Now he is gold. He should. It's 5 out of 6. And he makes it, so he'll get a second blue chip. And we'll put the par in here. And he is 11 under through 13 holes. This leaderboard is sorted by first score and then through. If you played more holes, I'm giving you the more putting you higher up on the leaderboard because you have fewer holes to get birdies, but also more importantly, fewer holes to get bogeys. Now, Trent McAdams has 3, and he's also lucky, so he gets blue chips. But he's going to use. Okay, he only needs to use 1 to get control of this. You're going to take control of this and get the water out of play. And it's 1-2-2 on a par 3. Let's see what the leader can do here. Tied for lead. 1-3-3. No, 1-2-2, my bad. He's not a hacker, so he ends up with a moderate putt for birdie. He's going to use a second blue chip, make it easy. Now he needs a 1 to 4 to take sole possession of the lead. And he makes it. drops to minus 13, and he pulls one ahead of Emmerich and Summers. Now Steve Runyon, who is even par, has not had the greatest of days here, and it's going to be a 36, which is rough. So nobody hits the water here. Par 3 rough, first shot, green, die 4. He's not a workman, so he'll end up with a moderate par putt, which he makes. Moderate is 1 to 3. I should try and put a little widget on the screen in order to help show the various putt ranges. I'll try to describe them when I remember. So the 12th, this is going to be our lead group. Sommers will be first to play here. He birdied 11. The other two guys parred, but this is a par 4, not a hard one. The card here claims it's the easiest of the par 4s at Rattlesnake. There is water at 45, but a lot of golf cam course, which should lead to pars, usually. And Heath Summers will take another blue chip and accept a par on this hole. That's what the green or the white 6 dictates. So now Yun Lee Song, the leader after 3, who has dropped a shot. He had a birdie on 10, which helped him back out. He was 2 over after the first 9. All right, so it'll be 11, which is in the trees with the second shot. And then a green 3 is he a workman. Semi-workman, he's lucky. He does not have a dot there on the decider, so it leads to a gimme par. Gimme par is you roll 3, and they all have to be 6s to miss. Happens rarely. Now there's 5, 5, 6, so he gets away with that. And that's a par. So still 2 back. The 3 to play. And here is Emmerich, who has been on fire on the tour. See if he can keep up with McAdams, or will McAdams be able to repeat as the champion here at Rattlesnake? Let's see. And it will be course controlled 26, golf cam course. 3, and so it's not cordial or dawning, so it'll be a clutch putt for par. He'll get a second blue chip if he makes the 1 to 4, which he does. Okay, so McAdams with a 1-stroke lead over Emmerich and Summers, who are a hole behind. Then you have Yielding and Lee Song at minus 11, minus 10 Fonseca, and Magallanes. To the 16th, par 4. Long par 4, 475. It's about the longest that is what's recommended in the USGA. But with today's pros, you see it a lot more often, being a little longer. So take a moment here to look at the chat. I'm glad you like the leaderboard. Gut shot, high noon. So let's keep going here. Par 4, all. So a lot of these just are 5 degrees of course control, not easy holes. You need to have, if it's semi-daunting, you need to have 2 chips, because you have to at least try. You have to spend a chip to then roll the decider to see if you need to throw in a second. So let's take a look at my board here, and it is let's see, it'll be Evan Aldrich first, with Ashley having his bogey on 15. And it's a tough time to roll a 1. You're not going to get any credit for it, and it's rough with the first shot. So the tee shot goes into the rough, and then the green 3 asks if he's a workman. And because he isn't a workman, he gets an easy par roll. That's what's called the high roll. You need 2 6s for the miss, and so Aldrich through 16 remains at minus 8. Now Chico, he's gonna spend the red chip and assume that he's not going to get a 6. If he got a 6, then the blue chip that you would earn for taking the par would cancel it out. Instead, he wants to be rid of it, so that's 25. That's in the woods in 1. That's not kind because he gets the exclamation mark as well, which adds a degree of difficulty. Now, green 1 helps. Woods in 1. He's not a workman, so Fonseca will end up with a wow roll. Now, we still have to add a degree of difficulty to this wow, but he spent a red chip, so he cannot earn a blue chip here. Let's roll the white die, and it's a 4. So it would be easy except for the exclamation mark, so that's going to make it a moderate birdie putt. So he needs a 1 to 2, and he misses that. So now it's an easy par. That's the high roll, which he makes. And he remains at -10. And now Gerald Ashley, one of my custom cards, the only custom card that made it. And if this would be a special result if it were not hole controlled, but because it's hole controlled, it's 55. Rough in 1, green 5. He needs to be a master, and he's not. So because he's not a master, he has a difficult putt for par. 1 to 3. And he does make it, so he'll remain at -2. Okay, to the 15th, par 3. And Enrique birdied the last, so he gets the honor. 22 is in the rough in 1 on the par 3 with a green 6. He's not a master, so he's gonna drop a shot here and can't chance it here. He's still hanging on. He wants to remain in the top 10 here, and he has a chance to double bogey if he doesn't lag it. So he does lag. It ends up with an easy bogey, which he does make, but he gives back the shot. And he moves down to -9. Tied with Granbury and Runyon. Speaking of Granbury, here's his partner, Gil. And that is going to need he's going to need to make a clutch putt, which luckily he is gold till further notice. So he will make it. He'll earn a blue chip. If you get multiple 6s, if you have 3 on the white 6, then if you have the white 6 plus 2 other 6s, then you have to do the clutch par. It's kind of a custom rule, but I follow it. And now Van Dyke, yeah, he's going to go ahead and he's just going to use 1, so he'll get control. And 1-4 or 2-4-4. Bad read there. He is not utility, so we go to right now, and right now he is neutral. So with right now being neutral, he's not hot, so that means it's a double difficult birdie putt. He will lag and take an easy par, which he will now make. And he does. Okay. Back to 14. And it will be Trent McAdams just took the lead, and here he has a chance. Maybe he can use that blue chip. Again, he's lucky. He gets a blue chip every hole if he has none. If he runs his blue chips out, he gets a fresh one on the next hole. And he gets a white 5, which, let's see if that burns him. It's going to be woods in 2, so he's going to have to scramble for a par here, most likely, especially with a green 6. Semi-master, no dot, so he's not a master. He has a double difficult putt for par. He's going to use his blue chip, needs a 1 to 3 in order to stay 1 ahead. And he just sneaks it in. What a putt. Saves his par and stays at -13. Seems like this has been Emmerich land, and a lot of times these would just go his way. But at least for the moment, McAdams will stay one ahead. This is not double cordial, so if Yielding takes the chip, he will take the par, not a birdie. And now Runyon at -9. He also gets a white 6, so he will... He's going to... You know what? He's going to take a chance. He's going to go for the green here. He's going to attack the green. We need to re-roll the white die. He ends it with a 3. Difficult putt for birdie. Needs a 1. He's taking a chance. So now a moderate putt for par. And he does make that. He could have used that on the birdie roll. Difficult birdie roll is a 1. Need a 1 for that. Okay. And now we check out the lead group. Heath Summers. He's going to try and get control of this, and he doesn't need to use another blue chip. So 1, 5, 6 without the decider die. Hacker or Gilded. He's neither of those, so it'll be experience. It's going to be a moderate putt for birdie since he's not a prospect. It's going to make it easy. Trying to push it. He would join McAdams for the lead here if he can make this 1-4. And he pounds it in. Lots of confidence on that. He joins McAdams. -13. Would have made it without using the blue chip, but... Okay, so now Yun Lee Song does not have 2 chips, so he cannot try and take control on this. 35. That'll be golf cam course. No decider die dot, so that will not be daunting. So he'll have an easy putt for par. And no issues with that putt. And now, whoops. And now Emmerich. We got a silver 4 over there. 45 in the sand with his tee shot. He is not sandy, so he's going to have a moderate putt for par. Needs a 1-5. And he makes that. So, all right, I've got to change this real quick. Let me just do a little adjustment here. Ooh, any adjustment I make is going to... Well, we're going to do it anyway. One moment here, I can fix the... Okay. All right, so there we are. My problem is that I went with the emerging content. It's just the screen is a little too small. So anytime I would hit enter off of Emmerich, it would move the screen a little bit. So, all right, to the 17th. Who's going to win? We've got McAdams -13, tied with Summers. Then Emmerich -12, lurking, looking to pounce. So par 3, 4 degrees of course control, 215 yards, bunkers and trees, no water on this hole. It's a semi-challenging green, and it will be Evan Aldrich first off the tee here. 2. So 24 is going to be in the sand with a green 2. Is he sandy? He is sandy. He gets a pin shot here. He has a chance to hold this out. At -8, it's not really going to do much for his chances in the tournament. He's not really in a position to post a score, but let's see. It's a 3, so that'll leave an easy par putt. Oh, he gets the old snake eyes on that one, and it's a par. So now Chico Fonseca. I gotta check something here real quick. Okay. Seems like it's looking good. Fonseca, 4 leads to 46, which is in the trees, green side. Hits the trees, but he's got a green 1, so that will be a pin chance because he's not a workman. So, and it's a 1. Now we roll the decider die. If it is a yes, it is a birdie. He knocks in the chip. Ah, but he misses it. That's a gimme par now. So we will roll the 3, and he makes that gimme par putt. So what could have been for Fonseca would have got to -11. And, whoops, wrong. There we go. Now Ashley. What happened here? Something happened here. What? Let's, there we go. I must have hit something. Okay. Gerald Ashley. He'd love a 6, but he's not going to get it. 45 is sand. He also gets a green 1, so he is not chunky, so he will end up with a pin roll. Can he hold it out here? Maybe a little bit of a good memory of the round here. Nah, he's going to leave himself a moderate par. Needs a 1 to 5, and he does make it. So starting to get close to the end of the road. What I don't have at the moment is a playoff. I started to do it, but it's not ready for prime time, so that's going to be something that I continue to have in development. I do not want to mess with my tournament here and completely bung something up. So, Gil Granbury. Actually, one thing I could do is, let me take a moment here just to show you what, sorry for the, here we go. So this is the actual sheet. I've hidden the 2 emerging contender guys up here, but this is my scorecard, and as you can see, it's pretty nice. It just, I have it conditionally formatted to give me some greens when it's under par and reds when it's over par, and it totals it up and everything. And I'm going to come up with a scorecard view from this that I'll be able to print out and put into my notebook. So I'm looking to try and go away from doing the scratch paper. I've kind of resisted doing this for a while, but then I just decided I might as well get with the times. So we're at 16 with Granbury. And it's a white 6, so he could, this is a par 4, he will definitely take the blue chip and take a par. So now Van Dyke. Tough hole here. Anybody would take that white 6 if they could get it. Now this is going to be 26. It's the rough, and it is also rough off the tee, and it's also going to be a tougher putt here. Got a little bit of a bad lie. Master. He is a master, so he ends up with it would be easy without the exclamation mark, but it'll be moderate instead. So he makes it on a 1 to 5. And now Enrique coming off the bogey. Looking like he was going to make a charge, but now it's not so much to the fairway down the left-hand side. He gets the golf cam course. Won't be daunting because of the decider die. So a 4 means it'll be an easy putt for par. No worries there. Can't go wrong. Never does. Not. All right. Back to 15. It'll be McAdams, the leader. Doesn't have any blue chips now. But he gets a white 1. It's a 2-4-6. Par 3. Champion or dynamic. He is champion. He gets an easy birdie putt. He could extend his lead to 2. Can he get a 1-4 here? Oh, and he just rims it out. About an 8-footer, and he misses it. That leaves him a gimme par. And he does make that. But, man, what a chance to... Oh, you know what? I forgot to give him a blue chip. And he would use it because he gets one. You know what? You know what? I'm not revising history. It's his fault. It's my fault. Stay at -13. You know what? I am revising history. That is a birdie because he would use the blue chip, and he's going to get another one because he's lucky. He'd use the blue chip. He rolled a 5. That would be good enough because I'd be rolling 2 dice. Good enough. He's going to take that lead solo, -14 over Sommers. Of course, Sommers will get a chance to come right back at 15. Burke yielding. He's going to use one of his blue chips here. Actually, he's changing his mind. $24 rough. In 1 and green 2. He's not a master. He'll have a moderate putt for par. So I'm not unwilling to admit mistakes if I can catch them in time. And I think I caught it in time there. And he misses the moderate par. Yielding will bogey. And he drops to -10. So he was within... Well, that's a 2-shot swing between him and his playing partner. Now Steve Runyon. He'll get control 3-3-4. Par 3. Is he a champion? Nah, he's only a hero, not a champion. So it's going to be golf cam green. And it's going to be challenging. It's going to need a clutch putt for par because of that. He'd get a clutch putt for birdie if it had been otherwise. 1-3 and he makes it. So he'll earn a blue chip because of the clutch putt being made. We'll go back to 14. Par 5. Here's a chance for Emmerich or Sommers to get one back on McAdams, who's playing ahead. What I have to do with McAdams is make sure I always give him back a chip after he uses it up. And it's going to be off the card, and it's going to be in the sand bunker. Or the sand green side, my bad. I'm talking out my butt here. 3rd shot into the sand green side trap. Green 3, is he chunky? No, so he'll end up with a gimme par putt. So at least he gets up and down out of here. Which he does. No sketchy rolls on the gimme roll. The 3 misses. 3 6s. So Yunli Song. Emmerich is kind of cooled off here. 1-6-6. See if he can turn that around. Lee Song's not a yeoman. He is a hero, so he gets a second blue chip. And we go with the green 6 to the the gallery cheers. He isn't a hacker, so difficult birdie putt. He's going to try and make it. Needs a 1. Ha ha! And he holds it out. What a drain. Gets back to -12. Even par. Is he going to make a run down the stretch here? 2 back of McAdams, and now Emmerich. 156 for him. Let's see what that brings up. Legend, no. Stone, no. It's going to be right now, and Emmerich right now is not hot. Well, he's not cold. That's the good thing for him. Because he's not cold, he ends up with a gimme birdie putt. So he knocks it close, basically a tap in, and he makes it. So a couple birdies here for this lead group. And so it was McAdams with at minus 14 with Emmerich and Sommers 1 back, Lee Song 2 behind, as this first group off comes to 18. Looking for an exciting finish here. We've got a chance for it. McAdams on a minus 5 round here. And 445 par 4. Not a daunting hole. Challenging green, though. And you get a couple of interesting guys here. The woods are here, except there's a star and it says if you're an icon, so if it's an experienced player, they actually get the golf cam course and will avoid any issues with the trees. So finally, it'll be Evan Aldrich starting his final hole of the day. 4 degrees of course control, and it's going to be a 14, which is in the sand off the tee. So a fairway bunker. He is sandy, so he ends up with a difficult birdie putt, and no need to hang on to that blue chip. He's going to try and make the moderate birdie putt now, 1-2, and he misses that. So now an easy par to close it out, which he makes. So if everything goes according to plan, well, he shoots a 69. My conditional formatting for this, I have to do a little more of that, but that's okay. So he finishes off at minus 8 for the tournament. 2 under par round. Not too shabby, but he should make the top 10. I don't think Van Dyke's going to be able to come back from that. And now Chico Fonseca. And he will have control 255, par 4. He's not a legend, and he's not a hacker, so it'll be golf cam green, and it's challenging, so not a way to finish here, as he's going to need a clutch putt for par. So, needs a 1-3, and he does make it. So, 68 for him, and Fonseca ends up at minus 10, tied for 5th currently. And now Gerald Ashley finishing out his round. He'll have control as well, 125. He's not a bomber. He's not a hacker. Golf cam green. The green 1 asks, is it a challenging green? Yes. Double difficult putt for par. He's going to lag it. He's got to use that up, and he's lucky. So now he's got to take the easy and make it moderate, and he does make the bogey. So 77 plus 6 on the round for him. Minus 1 is where he finishes. You can see him down there at the very bottom. Not covered in glory today. So we're going to keep her going here. At the par 3, it will be Gil Granbury with the honor. And he will use a blue chip here. He has the laser quality that can help on a par 3. Laser means that you've got a good approach. 5.66 though, that's probably not going to get used on that one. Is he a champion? No, he's not. Go to experience. He is an icon, which helps barely. Actually, it helps a lot, but the green 6 is not a very kind one. He gets a moderate putt for birdie. He's going to hold on to that blue chip. Needs a 1 or a 2, and he misses it. Easy par. Gets that one. So he'll remain at -9. Now we come to Van Dyke, who is -5, 2 over on the round. Having a rough afternoon here. Sorry, I just hit my camera. Apologies for that. 12 is rough in 1, and he's got a green 1. So should get an opportunity to knock it in here. He's going to give it a roll. Needs a 1 at the very least, and he gets that. Now he needs the decide or die to be yes again, but it's not. So give me par for Van Dyke. And now Enrique Magallanes. He needs a clutch putt for par. Needs a 1 to 3. And he misses, so he'll get a red chip, and now he needs to make the easy bogey. And he's going to drop to -8. So Aldrich up to tied for 9th now in the clubhouse. All right, McAdams at the 16th. He's got a blue chip. Where does he want to use it on the putter? Does he can't? Well, he can't take control. So let's see how he fares here in the lead, and it's a white 2. It's 5 degrees of course control. 26 is rough in 1. Now he's going to get a wow roll, though. He does have that going for him. Rough in 1. Green 1. Workman, no. He gets the wow roll. So he'll get a second blue chip, which would, in theory, cancel out any other. So here we go. And it's a 4 on the wow. So the 4 is easy, but we take it down a notch because of the exclamation mark. There's an asterisk here that gives us that. So that makes it moderate. He's going to use them up. Easy. Gimme. He has a 6 miss chance at taking a 2-stroke lead, and he makes it. 2 birdies in a row for McAdams. He gets to -15. 2 ahead of Emmerich and Summers. Okay, next up is Steve Runyon. McAdams looking good for the back-to-backer. 6 under par on the round. It's going to be 34, which is Golf Cam course. Not daunting because the decide or die. So par 4, and it's 5. It's not daunting. Is he scattered? No, he's going to get a birdie chance. He will use the blue chip. Makes it 1 to 5, and he makes it. So gets a birdie on the 16th. That brings him to -10. He's looking to have a nice finish here. Be a good paycheck for him. And now Yielding will use a blue chip. And that's all he needs to take control of this one. Trying to avoid the junk on this hole. 3-3-4, par 4. Yeoman. He's not a yeoman. Is he a champion? No. Going to go to mood. This is one thing I did have to mark on the paper, and his mood is stormy. And it asks 3, is he stormy? And he is, so that's going to mean he has a double difficult putt for par. He's going to keep his blue chips. He'll just take, he's -10. He's going to drop a shot here. Yeah, it came close to making it. But he does bogey 16, and now he's going to be using the rest of his blue chips trying to claw back into double digits. All right, back to 15, the par 3. And it will be Yun Lee Song. Hoping for a white 1. Doesn't get it. 45 in the sand with the tee shot. Green 2, is he sandy? No, he's going to end up with a moderate par putt. So he needs to avoid a 6, who showed for a second, but he does make the putt. Now Dustin Emmerich will hold the blue chip for now, and he gets another one. Pays off. He could attack the green, but he will take the par. And now Heath Summers, who has had some chances. Oh, I hit it again. My bad. Sorry. Try to get this thing to stop bouncing, and he gets control. 3-3-5, par 3. Is he a hero? He is. He gets an easy birdie putt, and he's going to play his chances. He's got a 2/3 chance to make this 1-4. He could use the blue chip to make it almost certain, and he does make it. So he's playing the odds that he's going to need to use that blue chip somewhere else. And so he joins, he gets one ahead of Emmerich and one behind McAdams. So he's within striking distance of the lead. And we're going to go to 18 with this third to last group. And it's going to be Gil Granbury to finish it off here. He'll use the blue chip to take control. 3-3-5, par 4. He's not a king, and he's not a hero, so it's going to be experience. He's not a prospect, so he gets an easy birdie putt. So this would bring him to -10, get him back to double digits, and he makes it. So he finishes with a 69, 2 under par for the round, -10 in a group with Fonseca, who is already finished, and Runyon, who is a group behind. And now Martin Van Dyke also feels better taking control of this than anything else. 3-4-5. Yeah, can't get a red chip, but that is the gallery grounds. Green 4. He's not a workman, so he ends up with a difficult par putt. Needs a 1-3, and he misses that. So now a moderate bogey. He does make that, but that's a poor ending. 74 for Van Dyke. Not a good round. -4. He's going to end up in 11th. Now Magallanes. Well, he'll take his par, and it erases it, and he's just going to go for staying 1 over on his round and 8 under on the tournament. He'll end up in the top 10. And that's that. He's had enough fight for the day. Back to 17. The leader, McAdams, back-to-back birdies. He gets a blue chip every hole for being lucky that he doesn't have one. And he will use it, take control, remove some of the problems on a hole. 5-5-6, par 3. He is not a hacker. So we go to right now. Right now he is hot. It's a 5, so that's not the best roll you could get if you're hot. But still end up with a moderate birdie putt. Can't go wrong with that. You then end up with an easy par if you miss it. But a 1-2 on the moderate birdie. Can he get it? Can he get it to -16 here? Oh, my word. He is on fire right now. 3 birdies in a row. 4 under on the back 9. 7 on his round. And he is running away with this. The defending champion looks like he is on the way, barring a major collapse at 18 or a major charge from one of the other guys. Steve Runyon now. It's going to be 24. Sand in 1. Sand in 1 on the par 3 and a green 4. Chunky, no. Moderate putt for par, which he makes. And now Burke yielding. Well, he's got 2 blue chips. He'll use 1 right here to take control of it. Saw it work for McAdams. Might as well do it, right? 2-2-4. Champion. No, he's not. Golf cam green. Semi-challenging green, no dot. So that should get him at least a par here. Yep, easy putt for par. And he holes it out. All right, final group at 16. Need some movement here from these guys if it's going to happen. Yunli Song is basically out of it. He's 4 back. Emmerich 3, Sommers 2. Sommers is the one that has the best chance. He needs birdies, though. Emmerich, if he birdies the last 3, he's got a chance. Yunli Song, who has the tee, he's going to use a chip, try to get control. He's going to use the second one. So he's going to be out of them. But he does have control now on 16. 1-5-6. Legend or bomber? Well, he is a legend, so we will go to the gallery cheers, but he used chips, so he cannot take advantage of it. He is a champion. He gets a gimme birdie putt, so he gets a great break there with the roll, and he gets a birdie on 16. The gimme birdie is the high roll, and there's a blue chip right there. So, but he gets into tied for third with Emmerich. Of course, Emmerich still has to play this hole, but a real turnaround. It's too bad for Lee Song that he had such a struggle in the first 7 holes. Dropped 2 shots along the way, 3 bogeys and a birdie. All right, now Heath Summers. And that's a 56. In the water. In the water. Green 3. Water in 1, green 3. Is he hot? No, he was. Yeah, he is hot. He's coming off a birdie, so he ends up with a moderate par putt, which he makes. So he does recover from the tee shot in the water. And now Dustin Emmerich. He's also going to try to get control. If he gets nothing on the, and he does, so he doesn't have to use the second chip. But he's got to keep pace. He's got to get a comeback here. 2-5-6. He's not a legend. Well, he's going to have a short game check. Green 5 is going to lead to probably a difficult par, or no, it's a moderate par putt, so not so bad. And he makes it. Okay, so the leader is to 18. Trent McAdams, 3 birdies in a row. He gets a blue chip for being lucky. And he has the tee. A great round. Heath Summers only had 1 blue chip, thus he couldn't try to get control on 16. And now on 18, McAdams, he's going to go ahead and he'll use the blue chip to improve a putt. And it will be course controlled 46, golf cam course. It's not daunting. So it's a 1 on a par 4. Is it cordial? No. Is he laser? No. He needs a clutch putt for par. He'll use the blue chip. Needs a 1-5. And he makes it. Finishes out with a par of 64. 64. Finishes at minus 16. Sommers needs 2. Yeah, he needs to birdie 2 in a row. I thought he bogeyed that, but he got a par. He was able to squeak out a par. Okay, now it will be Steve Runyon at 18, finishing up. and doesn't have any blue chips. He'll take one with him. Take the par. 70, 1 under par, -10. He's going to finish top 10, maybe tied for 5th there. And now Burke yielding. He'll use his last blue chip to take control. 2-2-3. See a legend? No, he is a hero. He gets an easy birdie putt. Can he make the 1-4 to close it out and move into that tie for 10th? He does. So a couple bogeys down the stretch for yielding, but he ends up tied with Fonseca, Granbury, and Runyon at -10. But everybody is going to be playing second fiddle to Mr. McAdams, defending champion, it looks like, unless something strange happens here in these last 2 holes, it's going to be him. So we will start with Yun-Lee Song at 16. He gets control. 4, 5, 6. That's going to be Golf Cam Green. It's a semi-challenging green, no decide or die. Green 6. Friendly no. Is he laser? He is laser. He gets a clutch birdie putt. Needs a 1-4, and he misses that. So easy par. And he did not use a chip, so he earns a red chip for the missed clutch putt. He'll have to use that on 18. Or he ends up being melting down. And here is Heath Summers. It'll be 35. Golf Cam Course. Green 3. Not cordial, not daunting, so a clutch putt for par for him. He could get 2 blue chips. If he makes this, he'll lose his blue chip. If he misses, he does make it. So he'll have 2 to take into 18. 2 at the very least, but that's going to basically end any chance. I mean, you need an eagle now. Emmerich now, I guess he's the one guy. He's going to go ahead and use the blue chip. He has laser. He's going to try. 2, 3, 3. Can he get a birdie here and put the pressure? Oh, wait, he is... Never mind, he's 3 back. He needs a birdie and an eagle. 2, 3, 3. Is he a hero? No. It's going to be Mood. He is of the stormy mood variety. And so he is now going to be in big trouble. So green 3, is he stormy? It's a double difficult putt for par because he is stormy. So he will lag it. And he makes it. Double, you get snake eyes and a dot. That is made from double difficult range. Finally had one of those made. I haven't had one of those made on camera in a while. But that's the lag roll in action, trying to create some more drama. Usually it's just accepting it for what it is, but he makes a par, a great long putt. Stays at -13. And you know what? He can't. He used a blue chip, so I can't give him one. I would give him a blue chip for making a double difficult putt there. Okay, to 18. And McAdams is pretty much your winner. There's not much else that's going to happen here. But Yun-Lee Song, he'll give the course control. No water in play. Just wants to get rid of that thing. 25, Golf Cam Course. Should get a par out of this. Green 3, clutch putt for par. Here's that gold, semi-gold, and he makes it. So par for Yun-Lee Song, 70. Would have liked to have done better. I'll show you the scorecards at the end. But he had quite a front 9 to balance out a nice back 9, and he will finish tied for 3rd unless Emmerich comes through with a birdie here at 18. Now here's Heath Summers. Going to use a chip to take control. 1-1-2. That's a nice low roll. Usually bodes well. Is he cold? No. He's not gilded, so he'll have a moderate, make it easy birdie putt. 1-4, and he would draw to within 1, but that's as close as he will get. And he holds it out. So a nice birdie to finish. A 31, 4 under par, back 9 for Summers. 5 under on the round, but one shot too small. And now Emmerich. Can Emmerich find his way to a birdie here? Oh, hit the camera again. 16 is Golf Cam course. Green 4. Cordial, daunting. Nope, neither of those. It's going to be an easy putt for par. Trent McAdams is your winner. Emmerich tips his cap to the crowd as he makes his par. He'll finish tied for third. But there you have it, folks. All the scores are in. Trent McAdams, back to defending champion, wins with a -16 score. My conditional formatting does not help with the total. I didn't quite get that right, but before my next broadcast where I do this, it will. And but anyway, you can see here a 64 for McAdams. Brilliant round for him. Being lucky helps. He birdied 7, bogeyed none. Nice when you have a bogey-free round. And yeah, you can see there Gerald Ashley with an ugly one. A lot of red on that scorecard. Emmerich did well until he took a bogey at 10, and it seemed like that derailed him. I'm just going to show you the leaderboard progression right here. So Lee Song started the day, and at the turn, Emmerich did have the lead. But, and McAdams won behind. But, you know, anything can happen in these tournaments, and your winner is Mr. Trent McAdams. Hello, JVD. So, got one like here. Just going to, I think I'm going to finish it off now. Been on here for about an hour and 10. Appreciate our subscribers. If you could hit the like button. If you enjoyed this broadcast, if you enjoy the spreadsheet, let me know. I was hoping to have some music, but for some reason it does not want to play, unless it does now. I have no clue. I have no clue. Let me know if you hear that. Can someone let me know if you hear that on the stream? I don't know if anybody does or not. It's supposedly playing some music. Audio stream bitrate of 128. I don't know. I'm looking for where I could set the audio stream bitrate, but I don't see it. So, anyway, hope this has been a good day for you. Hope you've had all had a good weekend, and we will see you soon here on Tabletop Baseball Plus. Thanks for watching. Hit the like, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you soon with more Tenacious Golf Tour action here on Tabletop Baseball Plus.